Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to my top 20 makeup and skincare favorites of 2020. I did do my top 20 palettes and I decided, these products deserve a video. They deserve me mentioning them, and these are products that maybe they're all not products that came out in 2020, but it's products that I tried and I used and clearly fell in love with in 2020. I do have my little list here of the products, 20 products. I decided to stay on that theme because if not, I probably would have had like 40 products. So I also decided to do very like glam red lips today. I haven't done red lips and liquid lipstick in forever. And I also fixed my lights from the back. So these are the lights that I have now, and I thought they were really cute. So I have a little remote that I could change the color of the lights to whatever color I want, and they're so cute. Today we are staying on theme like always and doing red because it's a very red look today. Anyways, let's get right into it because you guys know I can talk forever. So I have some products where I have like a high-end and a drugstore version. Not for everything, but for some. So I'm going to start off kind of like in the order of what I do on my skin. The first product has to be from e.l.f. and this is the Super Hydrate Moisturizer with Hydrating Squalene, and it also has niacinamides. This moisturizer is amazing. I actually just purchased it and I started using it again because I completely finished up the first little tub. So if you're looking for really good affordable skincare, I really like this moisturizer. I think it's like $12, but it's definitely worth it. And it's kind of like a jelly like consistency, which is my absolute favorite formula of moisturizer. I don't like the thick warm moisturizers. It's just not for me. I personally love the jelly like water like moisturizers. That's what I like for my skin. This is absolutely amazing, and I'm glad like that e.l.f. is stepping it up all around, not just makeup wise but skincare. And I'm going to tell you guys, there's a few e.l.f. products. I feel like e.l.f. is one of my favorite brands, or was one of my favorite brands of 2020. They have come a very long way from the brand that I used to know as e.l.f. Now they're very, very nice, and a lot of their products are amazing. So, product number 2, we have another moisturizer, and this is the more expensive high-end moisturizer, and this is the Sunday Riley Title Brightening Enzyme Water Cream. Now this one's completely done, and I went through the whole thing. I already have a backup one. I'm currently working on this one, but I already have my backup because this is just one that I love so much. The way it moisturizes my skin, again, it's one of those refreshing moisturizers, not thick. It's more like a watery consistency, but I don't mind it because that's personally what I like. So this one, I got it in my BoxyCharm, and this is $65. And then there was like a sale on the add-ons, and I bought it for $24. So this is definitely worth the price. I would definitely pick it up after I finish the next tub for $65 because it is one that I really, really like. So those are the moisturizers. Moving on to product number 3, and now we have primers. So I have 2 primers. Of course, I tried a lot in 2020, but I feel like these are the ones that were standout that I used the most. Now the first one and number 3 has to be e.l.f. Poreless Putty. I love the Tatcha one, but this one I went through the whole Tatcha one as well, and I went through the whole one of these. This is my newer one that I'm currently working on, and I use this almost every day. I personally like to prime with a pore filling primer, and then I go in with another one. That's just a combo that I like to do every time I do my makeup. Whatever primer pore filling I use, that's how I do my makeup. But this one specifically is definitely my favorite. And I tried the matte one, didn't really like that one because I personally need something that fills in my pores. I always talk about having crater-like pores, so I always need one of these, and this one's just my favorite. It's affordable, it works good with my skin, it fills in my pores nicely, and I just love it. Now, 2020, I feel, was the year of the jelly hydrating, like hydro grip primers, and I tried a lot. I tried the Milk one, I tried the e.l.f. one, I tried the Huda Beauty one, I tried this one, and then this one just has to be my favorite one. Number 4 would be Hard Candy Hydrating Primer. So this is kind of like the Milk primer. I would say this is the best dupe to it in my opinion. Even the color, it comes out green. I love it. This I apply after my poreless putty, and I just feel like anything I apply on top of this, just it goes on so smooth, so nice. This combo is like the perfect combo for me, and I love it so much. This is a 12-hour makeup grip. It plumps, moisturizes, and perfects. Now, I feel like ever since I really started taking care of my skin, moisturizing and really hydrating my skin, everything goes on nicer on the skin. Even though you have oily skin, your skin can still be dehydrated, and in turn it will create more oil. Once I started like doing my skincare and really moisturizing and using primers like this, I feel like my skin's not as oily as it used to be. So I am loving that. This is probably the best jelly primer in my opinion. I personally love it, and it's a product that I will definitely repurchase, even though I have a lot of other jelly primers. Moving on to foundations. Number 5, we have 2 drugstore and a high-end. This one, it was like 6 months in all of my favorites, and it's the Physicians Formula, the Healthy Foundation. It does have SPF 20, and I have mine in the shade MW2, and I just feel like it's the perfect shade for me. Now, I have been trying to get through this foundation, but it still has a lot of product, and not a lot, but I mean, I can start like scraping the sides. This foundation, it just gives you such a healthy appearance to the skin, and I love it. So I would say it's more of a medium coverage. If you don't apply a lot, you can definitely get away with a light coverage. But I like that it evens out my skin and it covers my redness. So it just gives me such a healthy look to my skin, and I love that. I would say it's like a semi matte, not too crazy matte, and it's also not super glowy. It's just the perfect combination. It says it's for all skin types, so I have combination, I have a lot of acne here and there, breakouts, and I have pores, and I really love this foundation. It gives my skin such a natural, flawless look to it. So this one by far has to be one of my favorites. I was going over my favorite videos, and that one was, no lie, like in 6 of them. So I was like, definitely has to be in this list. Next, I have what are we on? Number 6, we have the Catrice HD Liquid Coverage Foundation. I actually ended up really liking this foundation. I was kind of on the fence about it because of the dropper, but I actually ended up liking the little dropper because, you know, just drop it on my skin or my sponge and I'm good to go. I have mine in the shade 035 Natural Beige, and this is a really nice full coverage foundation, but it's not like cakey and heavy, and I feel like I've never minded having the cakey look because like my Huda Beauty foundation, that one's like cakey and full coverage, but I still love it. I don't mind the cakiness. But having full coverage foundations that feel lightweight on the skin, that's just a whole other love for full coverage foundations. So this one's really nice. It's matte. It says it has a second skin effect, and I definitely think that it does. It also says it lasts for 24 hours, although I don't know who's wearing their foundation for 24 hours. It's beautiful on the skin, and I really like it. Number 7, we have the high-end foundation, and definitely has to be Too Faced Born This Way Matte. I was so excited when they came out with the matte version of their like Born This Way foundation, because I did end up liking that one, but it was a little too like glowy for my skin, and this one's just absolute perfection. I'm actually wearing it today, and I love it. I have mine in the shade Light Beige, and I really like the coverage. I like the formula. I like how long it lasts in my skin. It doesn't break up around my nose. It's just beautiful on the skin. It gives me a very flawless look and it doesn't feel cakey or heavy. So this one I love for sure. For the next product, which I have a high-end and an affordable, we're going on to concealers. Number 8, we have the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. I have mine in the shade light beige. I really like the matte one. It definitely is a very matte concealer, and you do have to kind of work quickly with that one. But this one, I really, really like it. It gives me more of a highlight in my under eyes, and I really like it. It makes my under eyes look healthy, and I love that. I would say it's because of the hydrating effect. It does have a satin finish, which I don't mind. It's not like shiny or glowy. It's just a really nice, healthy glow under the eyes, or like highlight under the eyes. So this one's definitely has to be the affordable favorite for concealers. Number 9 would have to be Too Faced Born This Way. I have been trying to get through this one as well. I am like scraping the sides already. I need to get one of those like little spatulas that you put in products to get all the product out, because you know, why not? I have mine in the shade Vanilla. This is my absolute favorite high-end concealer. I love it so much. I love how big it is as well, because it has lasted me forever, and I constantly use this concealer. Now this is one that I love the formula so much that I just wear it on its own sometimes. Like I just apply a little bit under my eyes and to blend out to my redness or on my cheeks, and then I just powder my skin and I'm good to go, and I have like such a flawless look to my skin. So I love that about this concealer. I will also want to pick up like a deep shade so I can contour, because I love the formula of this. This is just all around so good. I love this concealer. Number 10 is setting powder. I tried a couple in 2020 and I feel like this is the only one that stood out, and I'm completely out of it. That's how good it stood out. So this is the e.l.f. matte setting powder, and I got mine in the shade light. I love the formula of this. It keeps me matte. It keeps me, you know, just flawless. It gives me such an airbrush look. The powder's not too heavy. It's finely milled. It's just beautiful on the skin. And it's affordable. Again, e.l.f. has definitely, they did it for me for the year of 2020 with their new products, and I'm so excited to see what they have coming this year. Number 10, e.l.f. matte setting powder. Definitely recommend it. A lot of these products are still available, and they're products that I honestly still recommend because they're so good and they're still like staple products. This one, even though I have new setting powders, is one that I'm going to repurchase. I need to have this in my collection at all times because it's amazing. Number 11, moving on to setting sprays. I only have one brand that really stood out. I have a lot of setting sprays, but these are just my absolute favorites. So Milani Make It Last setting spray is my absolute go-to from the drugstore, and they came out with a Fruit Fetish collection. These are more than like halfway done, and they're the ones that I used the most in 2020. I went through a full size and a tiny one of the Make It Last, just like the regular one from their collection, and I'm almost done with these two. These are amazing. These are just scented from their Fruit Fetish collection. We have Kiwi Watermelon and Dragon Fruit Peach. The scents are amazing, and they're just, these are definitely it. These are still available. If not the regular one, the Make It Last. These are the Make It Last. It's just like scented. And I love these. I'm almost done with these two as well. These are definitely repurchase for me for sure once I finish them. I have one cream contour product that I feel like I raved and raved and raved about month after month, and that has to be the Wet n Wild Makeup Stick Contour in the shade Oaks on You. I got into cream contouring 2020. Thanks to this product, I decided to try it out and I fell in love with the formula. It's just so convenient, so easy to apply, blend. It's so creamy. It doesn't dry like super quick, but it doesn't take forever. It's just gorgeous on the skin, and I decided to start off cream contouring with this and haven't looked back since. I love this product. and it's affordable. I feel like a lot of products on this list are affordable, and I told you guys before, you don't have to spend a lot of money to get, you know, a glam look. You really don't have to invest in expensive products, because I feel like a lot of drugstore brands are really stepping up their game. One of them being Elf, my favorite brand. So yeah, this has to be number 12 on our list. Moving on to brow products. I have two that definitely stood out for me. The first one being number 13 is this Real Her I Am Strong Definer Brow Pencil. Now this has a perfect little spoolie on the end, and I love it that it's small and, you know, not too bulky. And then the color, this one is I Am Strong. It's the medium shade. They also have a deep shade. I went through that one already, and I'm working on this one. This is definitely a repurchase for me, the deeper shade. It's just so fine and precise that I can give myself little brow strokes, and I love that. It's creamy, but it's not too creamy to where you feel like it's, you know, not doing nothing for your brows. It's just a perfect brow pencil for me. And on my brow journey that I had in 2020, that I decided to let them grow, product number 13 is the reason that I have eyebrows now, honestly. The Benefit Micro Filling Pen is a game changer for me. So I know I've talked about so much about my brows, but honestly, I'm so proud of where they are now and how good they look. It's all thanks to this product. I decided to let them grow when we went camping for like a week. I didn't do anything to them. They started growing and I was so excited. Then I found this product that gives the illusion of little like brow strokes, little brow hairs, and it changed the look of my brows. So I decided to not touch them anymore. So thanks to this, I stopped like tweezing them and shaving them, and just I let them grow, because this was giving me such a nice like fluffy brow look with my 4 hairs. So this product, I love it so much. This has helped my brow journey. So yeah. All right, moving on to number 15, we're going into the face products, and one that really stood out for me was this Alamar Cosmetics Blush Trio. This was the blush product for me of 2020. Just let me show you. Your girl even hit pan on this color. This color is Seclusion. It is my favorite from the palette. I love all of the shades, but that one was just so perfect with a lot of looks that I did. So that's why it became a favorite and definitely earned its spot on this list. I think they changed the packaging now, but it's still the same amazing formula. I got this palette in my BoxyCharm, and ever since I tried it, I started buying Alamar Cosmetics products, and I am hooked. They are really good. Number 16, I had a hard time with this one because there was a lot of Physicians Formula products, like face products, bronzers, blushes, highlighters that I wanted to talk about, but this palette just stood out the most because it's the one I used the most. And this is a Physicians Formula Butter Collection in collab with Wei Li Huang. So I was browsing around Target and I saw this palette and I just fell in love. So I decided to pick it up. The one they did in 2019 was a really big bulky palette. So when I saw this one, I was just excited that they did something more compact and easier to store and use. This palette, I love the butter bronzers. Well, the butter formula from Physicians Formula is my favorite. I was in between this or the other Miru little palettes, or like the rose highlighter that I used so much, but this one I just used it like crazy. It's so good. I love the formula of this. It's just so buttery and creamy on the skin, and it just looks so pretty. I love the highlighters. I know they look a little deep for my skin tone, but they look beautiful even on my skin tone, and I love them. And this is a palette that I'm going to continue to use this year. I want their new palette. It's really cute, but this one definitely deserved spot number 16 on this list. Number 17, I had to mention these. So we have the Pixie Beauty Nuance Quartets. I hope that's how you pronounce it. We have two. I want to show both of them. My favorite one is Honey Nectar, but I definitely used Sugar Blossom, which is this one, a lot as well. Pixie highlighters have been my favorite even before they started sending me PR. I have raved about them ever since I discovered them at Target, and this palette is just beautiful. So this looks more of a blush on my skin tone because it's supposed to be like a bronzer, blush, highlight, two highlighters. But it's a really pretty mauvey blush. I have nothing like this in my collection. So this is specifically the blush that I use from this palette, and I love, clearly you can see the use on the highlighters. I just love the formula of their highlighters. So nice. And then my favorite shade of these palettes has to be Honey Nectar, which is this one right here. And this one's more of a peachy vibes. This one actually fits good on my skin as a bronzer, and then blush and these two highlighters. This is my favorite highlighter just because I love a gold highlighter. I always have. So these are definitely needed a spot on this list. We're down to the nitty gritty. We have liquid eyeshadows. Now, you guys know I have a love for Stila liquid eyeshadows. Those are absolutely my favorite. They have been for years and years and years. So I decided not to give a spot to something else on this list. But you guys can see right here, I have all my Stila liquid eyeshadows, the bottom shelf, the bottom little drawer. But some affordable ones that I really like, and I feel like they give the best like dupe to the Stila ones, to where they give off the same like look as well, are from e.l.f. e.l.f. came out with liquid eyeshadows in 2020, and when I tell you guys, I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with them. They're like $5 or $6, and they give the same vibe the Stila ones have. And these are the first ones that I actually noticed, like they give the same look, the same sparkly look, the same like metallic bling. These are definitely, if you're looking for affordable liquid eyeshadows, you don't want to spend on the Stila ones, these are definitely worth it. I love them so much. My favorite color is where is it at? Flirty Birdie, I think it is. And that one is it Flirty Birdie? Yeah, I think it's Flirty Birdie, is a dupe to Kitten Karma from Stila. So that one's like their most popular shade, and this is exactly the same for a fraction of the price. I still love the Stila ones, but I also am obsessed with the glitter ones. And make sure you guys get the glitter ones because they did launch new ones, but those are more metallic. My favorite ones are the glittery ones. They're just perfection. Number 19 have to be Pixie Liquid Fairy Lights. That's what they're called, liquid eyeshadows. And these are really good. They give the same vibe as the Stila ones. These are a little bit more pricey from the drugstore, but they're definitely worth it. They did send me 2 in PR, and I purchased 4 of them just because I am in love with them. I decided to try the rose gold shade. It was the first one I bought, and it's my favorite. It's just like that color that you just apply a crease color, and then you put this on your lid and you're good to go. These are so good as well. I definitely would recommend these as well. Again, they're a little more pricey from the drugstore, but they're still drugstore, and I love them. Now the last product, number 20, and this was actually the first product I thought of for this list, and I left it down on number 20, Artist Couture Diamond Light Finishers. These are so good. So it's kind of like a liquid eyeshadow, but like a loose liquid eyeshadow. So I really like the formula of these. I apply them with my finger. That's the best way to apply them. It's basically like you do your makeup, you apply like a color on your lid, and then you want like a little pop. This is what you put on. So I will swatch it for you guys so you guys can see. It's very, very pretty. On the eyes, it's definitely pops more, and you guys can, oh my gosh, you guys can see the glitter on the eyes, but I mean, look at that swatch. So it doesn't have a lot of color, but it does pack a glittery punch. So if you want something to be very glam and glitz, this is definitely it, and I personally love them. I bought like a little set, a little small set at Sephora, and fell in love, so I had to get a full size. This is Icy Girl, and then the swatch is Spotlight Glitz. They're so beautiful. This definitely needed to be on the list. Like I said, it's the first product I thought about. And that basically does it for my top 20 makeup and skincare favorites of 2020. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all your support, and like always, I will see you all in my next video, which is going to be a lip favorites, because there was just no way that I was gonna take 5 spots away on this list when I ended up with a list of 20 lip products. 20 favorite lip products for 2020. That will be my next video, and then we're done with favorites, and we will move into makeup tutorials, unboxings, hauls, and all that good stuff. So yeah, see you all in my next video. Bye.